Hi guys, it's Monela Heffa. I'm here with episode one of my podcast, Getting Lifted. I have a special guest here with me today, my amazing older brother, and he is going to introduce himself.
Yo, Smiley Jizzle, Team Fuego, we here? Yep.
Okay, so did you watch the fight, right?
Yes, indeed.
Who won?
It was it was declared a draw. It was a nice little fight. It was an exhibition. It to a lot of people and to give because I watched a lot of boxing matches. So to give like a full outlay or a full outlay of basically what really went down is basically that it was a match of two greats at one point in their career. We expected the fight of the century. I don't know why. Both of them are over 50 years old, which doesn't mean that they can't be in top physical shape, but you have to understand that your body is going to encounter some wear and tear over the years. Stephen A. Smith said this before they had their fight. So this was already prevalent. People already was prepared for what went down. Um, but in the moment of everything going on, this was just something to look forward to. You know, the losses that we've encountered, or everything that's been going on before this fight even happened. It gave us something to look forward to. It gave us something to be like, yeah, this is gonna be that. And it was like Apollo Creed versus Rocky at some point at the end of the Rocky series before he goes and fights Drago. He has this exhibition and the dude kills him. You know what I mean? But it wasn't like that. It was more like when the lights and cameras were off and they're sparring or something like that. You know what I mean? It was a friendly bout. So we wanted to see something crazy and we didn't get to see something crazy, but we got to see something that some would say epic. You know what I mean? It was good. It was sportsmanship. You know what I mean? There was hugs, there was praise at the end. And both of them looked like they were in great shape. Mike Tyson said he wanted to do it again. My take from it was, I wasn't in awe. I wasn't like, oh man, I wasn't like jumping around and you know what I mean? It wasn't that exciting. I'm sorry to say that it wasn't. And it wasn't worth that $50. That could have been something that you get, and no disrespect to none of those great fighters, cause I love those dudes like family. Like I watched them growing up as a kid, going to family members' houses for the big fights, with these dudes. So yeah, these dudes are like, you kind of you idolize them. You know what I mean? Sinfully. But even still, you know what I mean? These dudes is like they're men among men and recognized as champions, but that was not like what I was looking forward to. It wasn't what I was looking forward to at all. You know what I mean? In so many words. But
Well, what did you expect? Like, it was. They said it was no knockout. Like, how are you gonna have a fight with where you can't even knock the person out? I mean, a boxing match where you can't even knock the person
cause
out.
The
How?
claim it was charitable, but it was for Mike to encourage something. Um, what he described was like legends. The League of Legends or something of that nature. And it was like he wanted all the people that were at some time in the prime, the greatest in their prime of whatever sport, that are still in shape or can get in shape to prepare to perform at almost probably not the level that they performed at before, but close to that level among other people that could get close to that level and put on an entertaining show for their fans once
Yeah, that is
more,
good because they is
to
some
give them one
old.
more chance.
They old.
Give them one more chance. You know what I mean? Like,
Mm.
and it'll be good for them to like go out with a bang, like, you know what I mean, so to speak, like, you know what I mean, like getting in that ring again with the great Mike Tyson for Roy Jones. That probably, like, you know what I mean, was a very exciting moment for him. If he had did it when he was younger, it probably would have been even crazier for him. In his prime, probably even crazier. But just to be able to do it, just to be able to be in the ring with that greatness, for him to be performing, to try to take me out, is great. And I can hang in there for 8 rounds with this man. That's great. And that makes him feel good to be in that ring and to be announced a draw. It was a lot of hugging, you know what I mean, holding, because you don't want to get one of them shots. You don't want that. And he was tearing them ribs up. He was slowing them down a little bit. But Roy got a good jab in there too. Like, it was some good hits. Some good hits was being thrown. So it was entertaining to watch. But it wasn't, I wasn't
You wanted
expecting.
more.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
didn't exceed your expectations. Well, yeah, I didn't watch it. Had to work last night, unfortunately. Well, it's fortunate, I guess, depending on how you look at it. But I hate my job, but that's another story. But anyway, yeah, it sounds like, I'm not really into like boxing matches. Like, I do it just to socialize. Like, if if they're throwing a party where in there you're gonna order the fight or something, I've gone to it. Like my brother just said, at family members' house or like other people, like friends or something like that. But I was never really into it like that. I would barely even be paying attention when they had. I remember there was a fight like with Lennox Lewis and who did he fight when we went to Stacy and them house before they moved to Water. I don't think they weren't in Waterbury at this time. I think they lived in Hampton at
Who,
this
Roy
time.
Jones?
It was
Or
Lennox Lewis and somebody.
oh, Lennox Lewis and Mike Tyson?
I don't remember, but I just remember it was Lennox Lewis. And I can't remember who the other person was, but you don't remember when we went to Stacy and them house and they lived in Hampton. This is before they moved.
Wow. I don't know if it was Lennox Lewis. Maybe Lennox Lewis and Evander Holyfield.
Hmm. I
I
don't
don't
know.
know.
But I didn't barely pay attention to it. I just went for the food and, for the to socialize with, it was my family, whatever. But I kind of think it's weird because even though it's not a real fight, like you're glorifying violence basically when you really think about it because they're beating each other to a pulp and we it's entertainment to people
Well,
like
it's a art. It goes a step further. It is entertainment. It is barbaric.
it
It's the
is.
art of pugilism.
It's
Seriously.
it's
It's
crazy.
called the art of
We're a fucked up
pugilism.
generate
The
society.
two guys that are in the ring are practicing pugilists
Let me
or
see
fisticuffs. And
the later.
it's an art. There's a science in boxing. So it's like it's really like any other sport, any sport that has competition involved. you know, martial art,
Yeah, all of
dancing,
them.
gymnastics, athletic things to that degree. Even beating each other up with padding or with stuff like that on a professional level, there's no mask. You know what I mean? There's no glory without defeat. But it is barbaric. It does glorify violence and it's entertainment because it's terrible that that's the American way.
And that's what it is, the American way. Okay. So, what's your view on the state of the world right now?
Um, as far as politically, economically, like period.
Whatever comes to mind when I say that.
I feel
Okay,
like
what I'll give you a specific.
okay.
What about the music industry and how they're like
All right.
glorifying sex with women in the guys
Well,
with drugs and
let's
guns
take it
and
there. They just a rapper just got murdered,
R.I.P. King Von.
and retaliation to that, another rapper got shot, and other people are glorifying that and saying that that's okay. Meanwhile, officers are killing people unjustly. Meanwhile,
But that's not okay. So when you violence begets violence, so like yeah, they shouldn't do that, and it's a bigger issue because that with the police, it's us against it's up against it's mainly black people that they're doing this stuff to, sad
we
to
gotta
say.
take care of ourselves.
And it's wrong on both ends. Like they're already taking us away. They're already taking us away one by one, and they're getting away with it. And y'all just helping them move along by fighting each other. We gotta stick together. Like, and this is what y'all need to like understand. Young people out there, I know if you grew up in the hood, you had to get it out the mud. You had to grind. You had to. That was your way of life. You didn't know nothing else. I get that. But when you come up and you get money and you able to make a better life for yourself, move the fuck away from that shit. You gotta move away, because if you don't, that shit gonna you might not make it, because niggas gonna be hating on you. They gonna be mad because you made it out and they couldn't. Or you could be they beefing with people that they wouldn't have even met if they wasn't famous. These niggas don't ain't even from the same place. That nigga from Chicago and Quando Rondo is from fucking down south, I think, or some shit. So like they probably would have never even met each other if they wasn't famous. Y'all changed y'all life. Y'all did something that most people dream of doing and never get to accomplish at a young ass age. Y'all young, like you had your whole life ahead of you, and it's so sad that this keep on happening. It's like I said, you just helping them out. You helping the cops get rid of us. You gotta think about that. We gotta be stronger. It's okay to walk away sometimes. You don't have to fight every time. It don't make you pussy. It don't make you a punk. It's okay. Like sometime, that make you that's a real man to me, a real nigga that could they don't give a fuck. They're not scared to walk away. Not that they're not scared and they're gonna fight somebody or they're gonna shoot somebody. They're not scared to walk away. They don't give a fuck what people gonna say about them. They don't care about their reputation in that regard. They got more like I respect Jeezy. Even though with whatever, like I'm switching it up, but in comparison, like Jeezy and Gucci, they have beef. I didn't even know all that stuff went on between them in the past. So I get it. I get both sides. I get why Gucci was upset and why he was coming at him during the battle or whatever. But I also respect Jeezy because even though all that shit went on or whatever, like he able to put that shit to the side. He changed. He not that same hood nigga. He don't have that same mentality. That was 15 years ago. If you still the same person that you was 15 years ago, then that's a problem. You should have evolved in some way. And with all that money you got, like, and you still, like, I understand you upset, but I mean, at least at the end, it appeared that they made up. Some maybe they just did that just so, like they said, they was doing it for the culture. So maybe they did it to save face or whatever. So, but they probably still don't fuck with each other. But whatever, I respect it, and we need to see more people standing together and stuff like that.
They went to the same club together and everything.
Oh, there was a video of that.
They went to compound. I don't know if no video got leaked yet, but that was the word from people that was out there.
Mm. Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah, they went right after that. They went right to compound. Yo, that's when we was in Charlotte too. That's crazy. Damn, man.
Well, yeah. So, what do you think about the over sexualization of the girls are getting younger and younger in these, and it's you know I don't want to be. I'm not a prude by any means, but I think that I think they're pushing this. They're pushing this on it. They're doing it. It's becoming a problem because these women, these celebrities, these rappers, for instance, they're coming out and they're twerking and there's nothing. It's cool. It's fun. They're partying. Whatever. But like, if that's all you can rap about is shaking your ass and you got to be half naked all the time and be twerking and these little girls are and no, yeah, the kids should be looking up to their parents, but some of them don't. Some of them shouldn't be looking up to their parents actually, because their parents, some of them ain't shit. So they might be better off looking up to you than their parents. But yeah, no, it is the parents' job to raise them, but they can't be with them 24/7. They're going to be exposed to certain things, and the parents should give them, raise them up the right way so that stuff doesn't affect them. But kids are impressionable regardless. Like they see this up there, and then it's like you're getting money. Like maybe if they don't have that lifestyle, maybe they're not able to get red bottoms, and I mean, well, they shouldn't be wearing red bottoms with their kids, but you know what I mean, like the Jordans, the new sneakers, the nice pocketbook that they seen that was like $500 or some shit, or an AP or something, like things like that. They're not able to afford those things. Like some people got a problem figuring out where their next meal is coming from. Some kids, because their parents are struggling, especially with everything that's going on now. So they see these kids on TV, and they're just like them. They're the same age as them. They're relatable. They're up there twerking with no clothes on, and they're getting money, and they're rich. So they think that that's the way. They think that that's the thing that they gotta do. And they're telling them. And then Meg the Stallion, and she comes, yeah, and I listen to her. I'm not gonna lie, but I think, sometimes it's a bit much, like, um, because you're putting this out there. Like I said, kids are impressionable. They're watching this stuff. They see, and then these are the women that guys are attracted to. So girls growing up, they think that's the type of person that they have to be. They feel pressured into doing that because they feel like they won't get noticed otherwise. So I don't know. I think people just need to be mindful of that, because it definitely can have an effect on the way some children behave or do things, because they want to be like, they idolize these people. Adults idolize them. They call them kings and queens. Like nobody's the king. They're not. They're just regular people. They just have money. Like I don't think like the king of pop, the king of the like no, like King James, no. No, like they're just regular people. They just have money, and everyone knows who they are. That's the only difference. Like they're just regular people. Like you glorifying them like they're inhuman. Like you're, you know, they're not. They live regular lives. They have problems. They have things. They be stressed out and go through shit just like regular uh people that aren't at that level of fame or in their tax bracket. So y'all need to stop doing it. I mean, y'all can do what you want, but um, I don't call nobody king or whatever. Like, yeah. Uh, so you sitting here smoking. And guys, like if you're, I don't condone this. I'm not telling people. I mean, I do condone it for myself, but I'm not encouraging anyone to smoke weed. Um, if you choose to do it, that's your decision.
Right.
Just make sure you're of age if you do. No peer pressure. Kids, don't let, if anybody's watching that is young, don't let nobody make you do something that you don't want to do. You don't have to do nothing that you don't want to do. You don't have to smoke if you don't want. You don't have just to fit in. Because if somebody don't like you the way that you are, then you know what? Fuck them. Because they don't deserve to be in your presence then. Unless it depends what the situation is. If you're like, if it's toxic behavior or something that you can change to make you better as a person, and they're saying it from a place of love and they actually care, then that's different. But if they're telling you to do something that you don't need, like to smoke, you don't need to smoke. Like that's not gonna, like if they calling you a square or whatever people say, or a simp, what, I don't know what these terms that people be using, but making fun of you because you don't want to smoke, then they corny because they shouldn't be trying to, and you need to stay away from that person. Because anybody that's trying to make you do something that you don't want to do is like just fucked up anyway. Like why are they trying to control you? So, but yeah, that's a message for the day. But yeah. Excuse me. Who did you vote for?
I voted for Biden. I voted for Biden.
Listen, F all of them because they all full of crap.
Mm.
What are you doing, kitty? You want attention? I know. My cat always be doing stuff. She over here knocking boxes over and stuff because I'm not paying her no mind. But when I want to pick her up, she want to be she'll run from me or you know get an attitude like. So no, I'm ignoring you now. Deal with it. Why are you all up on me? Don't sniff my shoe. Um, yeah, they're all full of crap. I don't want to be a conspiracy theorist, so I'm not really gonna even talk about how I feel about the election and if it what my thoughts on that is period in general. But yeah, it's just bullshit. So um well, who do you think there should be a battle in next? A versus.
Um, they got the Meek and Drake joint coming up.
You know?
Let's see. Um, oh, I have to mix it up a little bit. I have to make it verses with pop or some shit.
They did Neo and Jonte Austin, but them I don't even be watching the verses. That's the first one that I ever watched, but I didn't even watch the whole thing. Well, no, I did watch some of the Neo and Jonte Austin, but the Jeezy and Gucci, I just skimmed through it because I was trying to hear what they said to each other. Like I wasn't really because I didn't watch none of them because it's kind of boring just sitting here. I mean, I listen to music anyway, but if it's not artists that I normally listen to, I realize I like a lot of Jeezy songs, like from when he was in what is it called, Boys in the Hood, and like them boys got. I like that
Young
song.
Jock, right?
Yeah. No, Young Jock was in there too.
I thought so. I thought he was.
I'm not sure. I don't remember who the other people was. Maybe he was. I don't know. But yeah, and then what else? But I don't, and I realized, well, I already knew I don't like Gucci like that. He only has like two songs that, I mean, there was a couple that I sang along with when I did play the part of it or whatever, but I was singing more Jeezy songs than Gucci. But then but first I watched the Neo and Jonte Austin. You know, Jonte Austin, he's a producer, but he made some songs too. Like years ago, he made a couple songs, and he can sing. But I guess his singing career didn't really take off. So I guess he just produces. He's worked with Monica, and I don't know. He worked with some people. He's a writer, but and I think he's a producer too. I don't know. But that was kind of boring because I listened to because they were playing because they're because Neo writes too. They were playing. They wasn't just playing their songs, so they was playing other people's shit that they wrote or whatever. Like he was playing Beyonce. He played Beyonce and because he to the left. Neo wrote that and yeah, but he didn't write it like that. He wrote it in a man's for a man, but he she changed like he recorded it too his because they played the sample so they could sing it or whatever, but yeah, he wrote that's what he was before he became a singer. He was a writer. And but yeah, and John T. Austin too. But he didn't really. He's not like I said. His singing career didn't really take off. I forgot what song he made, but I did like it. But he didn't really do nothing. So he don't have that many hit records like Neo do from himself. But I didn't even watch the whole thing because it was kind of boring because they're R&B artists. So it's just like, I mean, but it wasn't all R&B songs because they wrote like upbeat records too. Like, cause I think he did Every Time the Beat Drop by Monica. If I'm not mistaken, I don't remember, but I know he did work with her a lot. And with So So Def Period, we worked with Jermaine Dupri. So, But I can't sit there and watch that. That's not, because it's like you not even, and it don't even sound right because when they talking in the microphone while the music is playing, it'd be like echoing. But I love Neo. Shout out to you. Like, well, I don't love you because I don't know you, but I love your music. Um, and you got some hits, like really, really do. But I don't be watching it. Did you watch any of the other verses?
Yeah, I watched Manimal.
Who did you watch? And what did you think about it?
I saw one where Fab and Jada.
Oh yeah, and Jada talked about it on Drink Champs. Did you see it?
Did I see that on Drink Champs? I don't think I seen that Drink Champs episode.
Yeah, because he was like, did you know you was gonna win? You know, Nori be always, he just don't be care. Because you heard what Hitmaker said when he went on lip service, Young Berg.
Mm.
He was like, I told him to cut that out. What he said about the chick from Power. He said he smashed her or whatever. And he told Nori not to put that in. He didn't care about telling him. He like, don't put that in the he told him to take it out. And he was like fucked up, like they was drinking and smoking and shit. So like he was just telling all the tea. Like, so that everybody was talking about. I knew that. I say that. I don't remember, but I think I said it. I'm like, yo, this jump about to be in the blogs tomorrow, because how you gonna say that? That's one of the most popular TV shows, so everybody know who she is. Like, cause you specifically said he was like the chick from Power, and she was in 3LW. He didn't even know her name. Well, he probably didn't want to say her name, but I bet he don't remember it.
She was a body.
Mm.
Body, yada, 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 yada.
Hey, you do the challenge, Dwayne.
No.
Joe Buttons was like, we gotta get a challenge for that. I gotta get some sneakers or some shit, some kicks, and he was like, well, we gotta have something. What are we gonna do?
Yo, play that shit.
Shout out to Joe Buttons too, because you a funny dude. I fuck with Joe
Oh,
Buttons.
shit, I forgot you.
I listen.
What?
I listen to Hmm.
No, I was about to play it on my phone.
Um, but well, I don't know. I've run out. I don't know what else to discuss. So,
I
and we're
mean, there's
gonna
so
just
much stuff to talk about. I mean, what's the realm of discussion on your podcast?
anything, just regular.
I mean, I'm a guest. I'm sorry. I'm a new subscriber, so you know what I mean. I just don't really know what you talk about on your show.
Well, this is episode 1,
Okay.
and it's called Getting Lifted. And here we just get high and we talk about life, and we talk about our views on different things, whatever. We just talk, and
Well,
there's
shit.
whichever direction it
I got a
go.
lot to talk about. I've been I've been just thinking about a lot of stuff. Like, all right, so basically, from a political standpoint, right? I don't feel like we're any better off now than we were before Trump won the election. That's number one. And I'll leave that there without elaborating on that. I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah, because
the other thing that I feel is in terms of what we're doing as people by ourselves is we're fucking shit up for ourselves. We can't really blame everybody for everything forever. When there were so many more disadvantages before now to all the advantages that we have right now. I'm just saying, like, we can't have any more excuses because we have too many advantages. Even though there's underprivileges still with advantages. You're not spoiled, but you do have the fruits of your parents' labor. Use that. You know what I mean? Use that and create. That's the only thing that's gonna really save us. Creation. Creativity. Union. Everybody is self-serving. Nobody selfless. I look at it as like everybody should learn how to contribute, but actually want to contribute in some way. But you can't get that until you have something. So some people just have to give to others that don't have. Their appreciation, which I felt from helping other people have helped me, to that when you help them, you don't have to want anything in return. They want to give you something because they appreciate it, because nobody else will give them anything. Like right now, we need each other even from far right now, because there's a virus that we can't see. We're losing the people that we care about, and it's a time where we need to just realize that family is important. And we have an opportunity to make the best of every moment that we're here. You know? Not to be too deep about it, but really that's just how I feel. You know?
That's absolutely right. The people closest to us is the ones that we need to pay more. Y'all be worried about everybody else, what everybody else doing, talking about what everybody else didn't do or what drama they in. Focus on yourself. Focus on your family, your own family. Stop gossiping about people and about being worried about superficial shit that don't matter. Like, focus on building healthy relationships in all parts of your life, whether it's romantic, whether it's family, whether it's just your friends. Because we need each other right now. The world is going to shit. Now I want to go outside.
Shout out to Nala. Yeah.
That's my cat. Come here, baby. Come here. Come here. Come on. You hear her, guys? She wants to join the video. But yeah, I guess that's all for this episode. Thank you for tuning in. And If you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything.